see on Facebook. Quite a while. Each and every one of you, and thanks so much. Coffee, breakfast, however you put it. Thanks so much for having us in your homes, on your gadgets, listening to us in your offices, or on your way to work. Good morning to each and every one of you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to Wendy and John. A pleasant good morning. Hafiza. D. Mohammed, good morning to you. Primraj, good morning. Jenny Bell, good morning to you. Keith, not Rowley though. Nadira, good morning. Balroop, good morning to you. Davy. Makon. Yes, and I'm going to forget
Yesterday has come and gone.
Oh boy.
Some of
Makano, good morning to you, Makano.
we had and friends we lost.
And how could I forget to A&8 doubles and roti? Hey, Noel.
Of slavery.
Yeah, Noel. Gita Brown. Noel Brown, Gita Brown. Daughter Seria. Son-in-law Kevon. A pleasant good morning to all of you that are visiting A&8 doubles and roti this morning to get your hot roti, hot doubles, and all kind of nice food when lunchtime. Good morning to each and every one of you. Hey, Iron Lady that is outside A&8 doubles, good morning. And not forgetting
as you well imagine,
Jimmy. Jimmy Ram Creek. Good morning to you. He says songs that say A&8 doubles. Say Jimmy. Hey, thanks so much, Nobel.
I will have a black president in time to come. There's going to be an active world government.
Hey, Miss Lona, pleasant good morning to you. Ravi, aka Postman.com and his family. A pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Kavita. Good morning, Kavita.
Marijuana will sell it.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Science will produce spread out.
Hey, don't forget that I will say morning to Shirley. Hey, Dunarayan, good morning.
She will reach a new high.
Hey, Roll Posada, pleasant good morning to you. Deborah, good morning.
A nuclear bomb. In time to come. In time to come.
Hey, Bal Smith, good morning to you.
Well,
hey, Anaram Sami, a pleasant good morning to you. Daro, good morning. Katie, Katie Octan, good morning to you.
Moving from the dark ages an iron age till we turn another page and we saw waging war in his like the chariot and the saber. Mankind achievements sometimes were great, and his glorious moments mark the passage of time, but wait, in time to come, mankind will have a colony who will be a top 40 tune. Time to come. Scientists will synthesize. Will have real sex by remote control. The first dead man will come back alive, born with mustache and beard. Let a 2-year-old will split the act.
Let's save Trinidad and Tobago from PNM government. Newsday 2 days ago. Youth Development and National Service Minister Foster Cummings, Faith Iom. Youth Development and National Service Minister Foster Cummings, Faith Iom. The editor. Open letter to Foster Cummings, Minister of Youth Development and National Service. What have you truly done on behalf of the youth of TT? Far too many young people are leaving school with degrees yet facing a grim reality: no job opportunities under the PNM. After 9 long years of worsening poverty, rampant crime, injustice, and inequality, it is shocking that both you and your Prime Minister claim that the government has performed well and deserves to return to office after the 2025 general election. Do you genuinely believe citizens will forget the suffering and hardship endured during these 9 years? The people are tired of the failed leadership. Under the PNM government, we have been left in the dark, and you, as an MP, must acknowledge the disconnect between the administration's claims and the lived reality of many. The people need change. Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the UNC offer a glimmer of hope, a way to pull the country out of the shadow that has been cast over us for far too long. Enough is enough. Let's save TT from the leadership that has caused so much suffering. It's time to move forward, and that starts with getting rid of Keith Rowley and the PNM government. Curtis A. O'Brady, Arima.
In time to come. Don't do that. Well, tell them for me.
FR Leslie Tang Kai bids farewell to Tobago. Corey Connolly yesterday. FR Leslie Tang Kai, former parish priest, St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church, Bacalet, Scarborough. Tobago carries a cross along the Smithfield Road, Scarborough, Tobago as part of the Way of the Cross in April 2023. Photo by David Reed. FR Leslie Tang Kai, former parish priest, St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church, Bacalet, Scarborough. Tobago carries a cross along the Smithfield Road, Scarborough, Tobago as part of the Way of the Cross in April 2023. Photo by David Reed. FR Leslie Tang Kai bade farewell to his parishioners on October 6 after 8 years at the helm of the Roman Catholic Church in Tobago. In a brief interview shortly before his departure, he told Newsday, "I came as a stranger, and I am leaving as a son because I now have a mother, father, and siblings." Tang Kai, who also posted the comment on his Facebook page, explained, "When I came to Tobago, I literally did not know anybody. I had no family, I had nothing. I just came into a parish. Before, in all of my years, if I had been to Tobago 3 times, that was plenty. So coming to Tobago was like, what am I doing here? Now is like, why am I leaving here?" The priest, who was based at the St. Joseph RC Church, Scarborough, described his departure as bittersweet. "I am leaving at a time when people who were instrumental in my formation here have passed." He said he recently visited one of the church's stalwarts at hospital, and shortly afterwards the man died. Tang Kai said he was sorry he would not be in Tobago to officiate at the parishioner's funeral.
For shot in Diego, 3 dead, police kill 1 in Beetham. Joey Bartlett 2 days ago. File photo. File photo. A spate of shootings in Diego Martin on Friday left 3 men dead within a 24-hour period. 39-year-old Sherwin Carter of Blue Basin Road, Diego Martin, was shot and killed on Friday around 9:25 a.m. He was at his home with his sister-in-law and her children when the shooting occurred. Carter left his home to go to a nearby river to fill a bucket of water. However, his family heard arguing outside the house when he left, and the woman checked the home's CCTV cameras and saw Carter fighting with 3 men. The woman told police she hid in the bathroom with her children, and she heard a loud banging on the bathroom door. A man's voice demanded she come out or they would kill her 14-year-old son. She was taken to the living room, where she saw a badly beaten Carter. The woman's hands were tied, and the suspects demanded they hand over money. She directed the suspects to a drawer with her Bible, which had $29,000. The suspect also stole jewelry from the drawer. Before leaving, the suspects and Carter began arguing, and one of the men pulled out a gun and shot Carter 3 times. The men fled on foot, and the woman untied herself and called the police. Officers arrived and found Carter unresponsive. He was later pronounced dead at the scene. Later on Friday, around 6:45 p.m., Josiah Cook was shot and killed at Quarry Street, also in Diego Martin. In a separate incident that occurred around 10:30 p.m. at Mercer Road, 2 men were shot. Karen Waldron died from his injuries, while Levi Max Gabriel was warded. Both men, residents of Quarry Street, were standing in a parking lot at the corner of Diego Martin Main Road and Mercer Street when a station wagon pulled up and its occupants opened fire on them. They were taken to the St. James Medical Complex, where Waldron later succumbed to his injuries. In a separate incident early Saturday morning, Carence Burton was shot dead by police at Beetham Gardens. Reports say 3 officers from the Interagency Task Force, IETF, were on patrol when they saw 2 men running near 10th Street. The officers claimed they ran after the men and alleged Burton pointed a gun at them before hiding in a track between 10th and 11th Streets. The report claimed Burton fired at the officers and they returned fire. Burton was taken to Port of Spain General Hospital, where he later died. Police said they recovered a Beretta pistol, 12 rounds of ammunition, and a quantity of cocaine from his possession.
Leon Charles, good morning to you. Christian Reyes, good morning. Rajinta Maraj. Yeah. Hafiz Adi Mohammed, already see you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, let's share the new link. Yeah, Bex, good morning. Daro, good morning.
And we know that according
Hey, Mikey.
to science,
Maki Thunderboom. Good morning to you.
would depend on the circumstance.
Hey, Mohan, a pleasant good morning.
John, take over now, and in man's expectations, there is nothing time.
Yeah, Mohan. Good morning. I was Ping Gala. Oh boy, let me just say Mohan.
A transvestite will become Miss Uni.
Pingala. Pingala. I want to believe it's that, but let me just say the Mohan.
When the calypso crop,
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey, John, good morning.
people come back.
Yeah, Leon Charles say EBC, you're so right.
These guys
And you'll be able to tell that to manifesto police. No matter what we have, unless we get the EBC,
things will go up.
still not too short to win.
To go to Tobago, people.
Hey, what about half? Rina Mohammed, good morning. Good morning. Hi, Samaru, yes. Angela, good morning. Harry, good morning.
PM tours Dragons survey ship. Sean Douglas 16 hours ago. From left, Shell TT Senior Vice President and Country Chair Adam Lomas, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, Energy Minister Stuart Young, and NGC Chairman Dr. Joseph Ishmael Khan during a tour of a ship acquired to help plan the exploitation of the Dragon gas field on October 11th in Chaguaramas. Photo courtesy the OPM's Facebook page. From left, Shell TT Senior Vice President and Country Chair Adam Lomas, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, Energy Minister Stuart Young, and NGC Chairman Dr. Joseph Ishmael Khan during a tour of a ship acquired to help plan the exploitation of the Dragon gas field on October 11th in Chaguaramas. Photo courtesy the OPM's Facebook page. The Prime Minister on October 11th visited a ship acquired to help plan the exploitation of the Dragon gas field, for which TT has obtained a 2-year license from the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control, OFAC, to extract Venezuelan natural gas, exempting TT from U.S. sanctions on its neighbor. TT also has a 30-year license with Venezuela, with first gas expected by 2027, according to several reports. The Dragon field is estimated to hold 4.2 trillion cubic feet of gas, with a projected output of 185 million cubic feet per day. Dr. Keith Rowley toured the vessel, which will soon depart our shores to conduct surveys and collect technical data on the Dragon gas field, said a post by the Office of the Prime Minister on Facebook. Energy Minister Stuart Young gave a status update on the project as part of the team accompanying Rowley. Shell TT Senior Vice President and Country Chair Adam Lomas and National Gas Company, NGC, Chairman Dr. Joseph Ishmael Khan were also on board the ship, now docked at Chaguaramas. Energy Minister Stuart Young, left, and Dr. Keith Rowley examined some workstations during the tour of the ship Dona Jose II on October 11th. Photo courtesy the OPM's Facebook page. The statement said the ship will help determine the design and route of the pipeline, which will bring gas to Shell's platform. Young also referred to the ship in a post on Facebook on October 11th. 10 months after obtaining the 30-year license to explore, produce and export gas from the Venezuelan Dragon gas field to TT, a survey vessel is departing to commence the technical survey exercise of the Dragon field and the seabed between Dragon and the Hibiscus platform in TT. Work has been proceeding apace as we work to ensure the future of TT. Accompanying photos showed the ship's name as Dona Jose II. The website, www.vesselfinder.com, said Dona Jose II is an offshore tug/supply ship built in 2004 and currently sailing under the flag of Colombia.
We say, Sita, blessed morning to you.
Get together and pray. In time to come. When it is getting closer to judgment day. In time to come. The Messiah.
Hey, Ramchan say good morning to all Lacona from Hamilton. Yeah, good morning to you, Ramchan. Good morning.
Zoological Society.
Oh God, now we say
Consultant
call him
misrepresented our
Imbert.
position on zoo upgrades. Sean Douglas 3 hours ago. UDCOT's design for the expansion project at the Emperor Valley Zoo. UDCOT's design for the expansion project at the Emperor Valley Zoo. The Zoological Society said remarks by a consultant on the ongoing upgrades to Emperor Valley Zoo did not accurately represent the Society's position on the matter. A Society statement on October 13th referred to an article in Sunday Newsday of the same date. The Zoological Society of Trinidad and Tobago, ZSTT, notes with dismay the headline and sentiments expressed in the article, Zoo Slams Agriculture Ministry over $56 million upgrade concerning the Discovery Center currently under construction. Unfortunately, the independent consultant who advises the Emperor Valley Zoo on animal welfare issues and our animal acquisition program misrepresented the ZSTT's position on this phase of the zoo upgrade project and our involvement in the project. The Society said it welcomed the Discovery Center as a facility to promote education and earn revenue to support zoo operations. Our representative also participates in the project team discussions to ensure that the end use is compatible with the objectives of the ZSTT. The Council met in an emergency session to address this unfortunate circumstance. The Society acknowledged the support of the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. The Society later issued a second statement. Further to our press release earlier, the Zoological Society wishes to advise and encourage the media and public to communicate with the zoo concerning the upgrade project through the Communications Department at the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries.
Japan aims will amaze the sporting world. The Calypso King will get 1 million. Panorama will pay house and land.
Oh boy, Leon Charles say, I guess Small Pin and Imsbert very disrespectful in Parliament with Mike on. Yeah, very disrespectful in Parliament with Mike on. But they said me that they are here about that, you know. What happened? The mic on and they know they're doing the cussing in the background or something. Or let me know. Or the bad talking in the nation, or they say, yeah, well, this budget here, we go take the Bahrain, we go mama guide them, we go get them a little goodies, but we gonna get them jamming again in the stupid mama so and so. What I was saying in Parliament behind and the mic was on. Well, make sure let me know. Right, only make sure and let me know. Yeah. Right, let me know what I was saying in Parliament day. While load up this.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang.
Oh boy, Daro just saying, comment the comment again. Ann Brown just saying, Nikki Nick, good morning. Well, Thomas is saying good morning from New Grant. Thomas from New Grant, a pleasant good morning to you. Welcome to the Ground Report. Christian Reza saying good morning, Ann Brown. Blessed day to you. Hey, Tommy Mohammed, good morning. Oh, these people just saying morning to each other. Well, comments on what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Banks just say good report, family, good morning. Oh my God, Richard Young now saying again. Honorable, what, Rohan Tenanan, HYMC. Because down to Rohan Tenanan, how could I forget Dennis C. Paul? A pleasant good morning to you and Journey. His daughter, pleasant good morning to you. Hey, how could I forget to my long time I ain't she out in I'm a girl to spite of what mom. Das, a pleasant good morning to you, Das. And your husband, who always lock on, Das husband, who always lock on, good morning to you all. Didn't see you all a while, but I will vibes you all sometime soon, man. That's very, very, very busy these days. Hey, let me say morning to Daily Silver wife. And daughter Katie, good morning to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey, Baliram Indra, good morning to you.
Run girls now for all in the back room.
Hey,
You can't use the PTSC buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all, you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what?
Don't call my name.
What's wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it, the mic on. Did you contact the boss?
You go run girls now for all in the back room. You can't use the PTSC buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all, you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what?
Don't call my name.
What's wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it, the mic on. Did you contact the boss?
You go run girls now for all in the back room. You can't use the PTSC buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all, you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what?
Don't call my name.
What's wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it, the mic on. Did you contact the boss? Come.
All you go run girls now for all in the back room. You can't use the PTSD buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what you boy?
Don't call my name.
What wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner.
All in the back room. You can't use the PTSD buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what you boy?
Don't call my name.
What wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner.
But you go bring the girls for all you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what you boy?
Don't call my name.
What wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner.
But you go bring the girls for all you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what you boy?
Don't call my name.
What wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner. 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 Come.
All you go run girls now for all in the back room. You can't use the PTSD buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what you boy?
Don't call my name.
What wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner.
Did you contact the boss?
Come.
All you go run girls now for all in the back room. You can't use the PTSD buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what you boy?
Don't call my name.
What wrong with you? Hey, boy, what wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner. What wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner. What wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner. Come.
All you go run girls now for all in the back room. You can't use the PTSD buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all you know. Including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah, she and Zami.
Hey, what you boy?
Don't call my name.
What wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool it in my corner.
Did you contact the boss?
Oh boy, look, Tommy saying Katie Acton, Mr. Imsworth, and Mr. Young is two disgusting human beings. What they say, boy? All you gotta tell me what them people saying. Like they was talking about some nastiness because there's nasty men. You know. Yeah, but the Run DMC saying there's misbehavior in public office. What them say so, boy? What, they need to be reprimanded and fired? If it was UNC, all know it was riot, but what the men say? What the really going on in Trinidad? Too much double standard in Trinidad, well, in Trinidad Tobago face. Wow. With them nasty man and them say, boy, look how I'm calling the men nasty because the done was nasty. So I don't need to move the nastiness from the nasty. I could afford to say nasty before I know what nastiness they do because it's just nasty men. Hey. Roseman, good morning. Ronald, good morning. Sharon, good morning. Roger, good morning. Annette, good morning. Small pen, just like he leader. What small pen say, boy? Alan, good morning. And Alan Huckley's good morning. Anyhow, all you gotta come on and tell me what it is going on. Hey, Black Chinese. Hey, you look on. Morning. Lance Gopal, good morning. Bernadette, all the Bernadettes, good morning to you all. Alonzo, man. Matilda Rhodes, all of you done look on here, man. Anthony, Edward, good morning. Ann Brown, all of you. Jesse, yeah, good morning. Brian, good morning, man. Nita, good morning. Ramlal, good morning. Yes, all the Bernadettes, a pleasant good morning to you all. Bangs, all of you, good morning. Tracy Thomas, I done say morning to you. Sylvia.
Mikey, I sent the video for you.
You sent it? So them men talking nastiness. All right, let me go and check it. Well, come on, man. While I had a blast out, no kind of thing. Make sure you're looking good today. No open thing and make sure we see your face. You want to see your face clear, man. Sometimes you're dazzling. Let somebody help you to get some lighting. A little more lighting. Somebody could send 2 lights for you, man. Look how my face looking. Clear, watch. No dazzling. Right. Let me put you on now, man. Because I had to organize him blast. I say, but this man ain't go come on. You start to pick up Mikey K a bit now. All you only want to come on when it's time for Gael. Don't play that with me, no. You and Mikey, you know. All you to come on early in this place, you know. I want Mikey on no later than 7:15. And you mustn't be on no later than at least 6:45. Or early. Well, you always early anyhow, you know. But I find like here, it's time to give my kind of Mikey. It's time to come up. And then all of a sudden you're going to be saying, well, I have an interview this morning on CNC3. You have an interview and you can't come on and think. I'm watching all leaving me in the loneliness these days, you know. All right, I'm going to put you on.
Well, that will only happen if we believe that you are capable, able, and willing. And once those 3 criteria or combinations are in place, then of course we, with confidence, can make an exit, usually for very important matters. So I don't want it to be that we are delinquent or indolent for any reason. To deal with, of course, work connected to the ground report. Right? Whether behind the scenes or behind the camera.
I know. I know the fact that you all know that all boy you all should could handle it. And your absence indeed always because it has something very important to do. Otherwise, your men always on devoted, committed, just like myself and all these hundreds of people that look on to us
Take a
on
look
a month.
at that video before
Video, all right.
I don't want to make a comment, but your perception is
What do we-
correct. It's only dirtiness,
What you
nastiness,
saying?
and putrid could come out from the mouth of these guys. But of course, in an environment where they were natural, you see, if it was artificial, then they would of course represent the jacket and the tie that the illusion that they will project to the population. But they were caught in the raw. And of course, it was despicable, it was horrendous.
Raw!
They get them in the raw, talking about people behind the bus. And of course, Rowley had to tell them, because they discovered that the mic was on, so he had to tell them, well, what's wrong with audio? But of course, trying to, of course, save face, but we know that they were exhibiting what they would have gathered or learned, or because birds of feather flock together, then it means, therefore, that is not.
What do you mean by people behind the
wiser.
bus?
Huh?
But I hear this thing, yes? The
Yeah.
bad talking, the natural citizen, but who behind the bus and thing?
Yeah. They were talking very licentious talk, sexually immoral talk, who behind the bus, and including Kamala. Yes, indeed, and of course, indicating something about the bathroom, and of course, Imbert suddenly recognized and said, well, who leave on the mic? Who leave on the mic? Of course, and only in the meantime, said, merely to save face and to suggest that one time he pushing them under the bus because he don't want it to be said on that that he was.
You want to show people he make a stand for that nastiness that he as a prime minister
Well,
stand up.
We don't know about the golf course. We don't know about
My God.
the hyenas in the African jungle, about our young girls. We already know about, of course, the monkey put the nuts. We already know, of course, of the suggestion of drunkenness. We also know about, of course, he did tell you a man to take. All of that, and these days he is attempting, of course, to absolve himself from all of those iniquities that he would have engendered, and of course is the hallmark of this administration: obnoxious, evil, wicked, diabolical, misogynic, and clearly and unadulteratedly is no exemplar for anybody, whether school child or adult in Trinidad and Tobago. Just get the hell out of office, frankly.
My God.
Yes, so, but let me say.
Okay, but somebody get now. How much murders?
Yes,
Let me get somebody at diners. Don't
Well,
wait for the politics yet. Let me pour.
four is taking up the attention of the authorities right now. But let me say, out of
What can you attention?
out of etiquette, that
What picking up the
President
attention of the authorities?
Yeah, four murders. But let me just say a pleasant good morning to all
Four
in the
murders.
country. First and foremost, East, West, North, South, Central. Our friends in Tobago and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web, a pleasant good day to you. Yes, this is the Monday edition of the Ground Report. And yes, 4 murders over the weekend. They're about, I think, 2 in the Martin and 2 elsewhere. 4 shot in the Martin, 3 dead. Police kill 1 in Betham. So yes, that is the news that has greeted us this morning, and of course it continues.
Anderson Wilson, we were going to be some.
Yeah. He has to tell us that, yes, but of course because the news he has may be different to what we have, but let's go formal and official. A spate of shootings in the Martin on Friday left 3 men dead within a 24-hour period. 39-year-old Sherwin Carter of Blue Basin Road, Diego Martin, was shot and killed on Friday around 9:25 a.m. So that's when we were having the ground report, his last day of the week, wrapping up. He was at his home with his sister-in-law and her children when the shooting occurred. Carter left his home to go to a nearby river to fill a bucket of water. That sounds like one of those nursery rhymes. However, his family heard arguing outside the house when he left, and the woman checked And the woman checked the home CCTV cameras and saw Carter fighting with the three men. The woman told police she hid in the bathroom with her children, and she heard a loud banging on the bathroom door. A man's voice demanded she come out or they would kill her 14-year-old son. She was taken to the living room where she saw her badly beaten Carter. The woman's hands were tied and the suspects demanded they hand over money. She directed the suspects to a drawer with her Bible, which had $29,000. The suspect also stole jewelry from the drawer. Before leaving, the suspects and Carter began arguing, and one of the men pulled out a gun and shot Carter 3 times. The men fled on foot, and the woman untied herself and called the police. Officers arrived and found Carter unresponsive. He was later pronounced dead at the scene. Later on Friday, around 6:45 p.m.,
Hey, boy.
Yes. Josiah Cook was shot and killed in Quarry Street, also in Diego Martin. I know that you will be interested in that as well.
They go hot these days.
Yes. Karen Waldron died from his injuries, while Levi Max Gabriel was warded. Both men, resident of Quarry Street, were standing in a parking lot at the corner of Diego Martin Main Road and Mercer Street when a station wagon pulled up and its occupants opened fire on them. They were taken to the St. James Medical Complex, where Waldron later succumbed to his injuries. So that's the third person that would have died on that day, Friday last. In a separate incident early Saturday morning, Clarence Burton was shot dead by police at the Beat-Up Gardens. Reports say 3 officers from the Interagency Task Force were on patrol when they saw 2 men running near 10th Street. The officers claimed they ran after the men and alleged Burton pointed a gun at them before hiding in a truck between 10th and 11th Streets. The report claimed Burton fired at the officers and they returned fire. Burton was taken to Port of Spain General Hospital, where he later died. Police said they recovered a Beretta pistol, 12 rounds of ammunition, and a quantity of cocaine from his possession. So that's what has transpired. Trinidad and Tobago typifying a typical day in Trinidad. 3 succumbed to their gunshot injuries. 1, of course, initiated by the police. That is where we are. And of course, Rowley and Day continues, of course, to play the fool in Parliament. I trust I would have given you enough time to get that material ready for airing. And
You get many murders. But while I'm loading it here, loading it. What other aspect? Because I want to take a call early too.
yes, of course,
that
President
already have
Kamalo, cancer made me stronger. So she had a bout with cancer. It appears that it has been receded, because she was talking about the dropping of her hair, etc. And of course, given her
Cancer gone?
Yes, it appears that it has been receded.
Very good.
Yes, now
Cancer. Some people get cancer and it is going.
Yeah. She had kind of chemotherapy and all of that she had to go through, and of course it was humiliating. it carried her through a number of emotions. She's usually a proud and independent person, and found that she had to depend on others, etc. And
According to this,
a true,
you don't have to go through teamwork.
yeah, a true typical human situation. But of course, politically, we know where she stands, and from that perspective, of course, people have a different view of her. But that being as it may, sickness is not any discriminator, and therefore any one of us could fall victim. So I'm not going to belabor that point. Natuk, remove soldiers from port. Well, as you know, the port workers are engaged in industrial, let's say, industrial relations dispute at this point in time for higher wage. I think they want 14%, and that is being resisted by the government, and of course they sent in soldiers to manage the facility there, and of course Natuk is saying that they have no right to be there, and that this draconian government, those are my words, this draconian government prepared, of course, to use coercive action and utilize the armed forces in order to make people submit to their will in such situation. Yeah. You have a question?
Do me a favor.
You go ahead.
And each and every one of you, before I take the caller, I want to tell me if the video coming across clear now, the audio in the video with no echo or all them things. So let me play this video here. Let me hear how dirty this parliamentarian is. Yes. So before we do that too, in fact, let me go ahead, Miss Santa Cruz. You go ahead.
Good morning, Andy. Good
Yes,
morning,
yes.
Lennox,
Good morning to
Mikey,
you.
Newbie, and everybody out here. Andy, let me put it in local parlance for you. Stuart Young is a Zami whisperer. That nasty, disrespectful man in Parliament sat down between he and Imbert. And Imbert knew that the mic was on, and they were carrying on with that nasty conversation about Kamala Prasad Bisessa in the bathroom. You understand? But I want to ask Stuart Young this morning. Were your mommy there with her? That you know that? Or do you have experience? Kamala was doing? That is the kind of nasty disrespect that they have for our former Prime Minister. They have no respect for women, you know. PNM men have no respect for women. And I'll give you a fine example. You have a chatter here every day, and on Lennox program, they call him HJ Truckett. It's the nastiest foul-mouthed man I have ever seen. Not only does he disrespect Kamala, right, but also Woodbrook and myself. The nastiest thing that he has to say, right? And now you are hearing this nastiness with them. But I am waiting to see what is going to be done. If Bridget Annie said George is going to do anything about that, right? They will just get and he was cursing. Stuart Young was also cursing out Imbert, and his Imbert laughing and telling him that the mic is on, right? That time he could tell him that the mic is on. But when he was talking about when he was being his army whisperer, you didn't tell him that the mic was on. But you see, that had to happen for the whole world. And let me tell you something, that went viral, for the whole world to know the nastiness that they are. Look at it. We have, and Lennox just read out an additional 3 more murders since the last count, right? Let's say, I think we read 520 by now. 520 murders. 22 babies die in NICU. I met a friend in the hospital on Friday, right? And she's telling me that she's not getting Xarelto again because the pharmacist told her that the government said it is too expensive to bring. And it's $1,700 for the Xarelto. This she's only getting a pension of $3,500. What she's supposed to do, Andy? What she's supposed to do? And that is, she's not singular in what it is going on in this country. Those things are not important. The 2,000 children that fell through the crack, not important. But that's what Stuart was talking about. The Zami Whisperer was talking about. That is what is important. That is why Saddam Hussein had to give this next sleepy one, who always looking like he's smoking some kind of high grade something, and it have him dotish. What? That he's sitting on the pulpit of integrity. That they want to come and pass, they wash them out on the UNC.
Yes, indeed, of course, there may have been a little interruption there, but just in case if you're viewing on the Corridor Transformation, of course, yes, we are on both the platform, YouTube and Facebook. Of course, to get to the Corridor on YouTube, well, you just log into Corridor Transformation. Of course, in the case of Facebook, well, then of course you have to log into Love Laventale, and you will get there. Of course, you can always refer to the Real Media TT, and then of course we have those who may prefer to be on the workers platform. Well, of course we have that, as well as we collaborate and as we coordinate our respective resources to bring to the farthest reach of humanity, the information that we have on a daily basis and are willing so efficaciously to share with all the world about Trinidad and Tobago and the realities therein. Yes, so that is where we are at this point in time. And yes, I agree with Mr. Santa Cruz, even though from my end, she has been interrupted, really, preempted, but that being as it may, the fact of the matter is that is unbecoming, in the parliament of the country. And one would have expected that because of the decorum that they personify in public, that one would have, under normal circumstance, believed that they couldn't use those kinds or even conjure up that kind of evil thought that they would have exhibited without, of course, being solicited and without knowing that the mic was on, and therefore expose the true elements that they are despicable, immoral, unethical, lascivious, and indeed unfit for the hallowed halls or the hallowed chamber that they would have sat in, pretending to be ministers and prime minister, etc. Robin Rowley was so taken aback, and I'm sure he would have heard their voices on the mic, so he had no choice but to alarm them by suggesting that somehow he was alarmed by saying, "What happened to you guys?" But what happened to you guys simply means, what happened? You don't know that the mic on. Don't put it beyond Rowley. He has very complex and very elaborate schemes. We saw that, of course, with the emails. We saw that, of course, with the Police Service Commission. We saw that, of course, with him introducing sandals. And, of course, very recently when he said, I mean, they are becoming so predictable.
Hold 1 minute, Lennox.
Yes,
Hold 1
okay,
minute.
go ahead.
My son goes with the law say in between, but go ahead.
Right, okay.
No, what I was saying, yeah, because I was hearing Lennox talking.
Yeah.
What I was saying, right? I don't know if you all heard what I said about Gary Griffith and Jack Warner.
Yes, you
But
boy.
you see, they were so nasty. They were so nasty towards Mrs. Wasabi Sessa when they left office that they didn't know all the nastiness that they said about her was going to resurface in 2024, right? Jack Warner talking about at the end, and they're playing back the video, they're resurrecting the video, right? What Jack Warner talk about, Kamala was having an affair with Rishmi. Now, I don't care how Kamala could forgive them, right? I'll never forgive them for what it is they do. And now, instead of coming and telling the people of the country, look, we're doing this for you, we're doing that for you. All you could tell them, look, we give all you $2, and I have done my best. What best have you done, Keith Rowley? What best have you done? 520 murders already, and in less than how many days? It ain't even 290 days yet. And you come in to tell us you have done your best, and your nasty bunch of crayfish posse and them resurrecting all these nasty videos and them. But Andy, as I said, they have nothing to campaign on. So they go to campaign on Mrs. Pasalbi Sessa's sex life to bring her down. Right? But I don't know where they hope that she will. Because Rowley on ain't no better roses. Rowley on ain't no better roses. You understand? So when all you want to come and talk about Mrs. Pasalbi Sessa, all you better have something good to come in. And I hope Well, we know the PNM don't say because
he was at his home with his sister, and the
Lennox,
Mine's not mine's.
to go to a nearby river to fill a bucket of water.
It's not my background.
In nastiness, push them out. Andy, thanks a lot again and have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Hectic morning, boy. Dynamic morning.
Yeah, boy, things just going mad.
Yes,
Hey,
that's how
oh boy, let me see this video. Let me see this video. Don't forget to send your WhatsApp voice notes. Yes, yes, and the lines are open. Let me give all the numbers to call. 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Okay, that's a WhatsApp voice note. Send your WhatsApp voice notes. We'll make your WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. Nice. So let them know the video playing. Make sure, let me know. For those of you on Facebook or YouTube, because I want to make sure when I play it on Garel that it is also clear. That you're getting it clear, loud and clear. Let me hear these set of dirty fellas and in Parliamentary. Oh, I ain't nothing. I suppose you hear some Lennox?
Yeah, by now. Right.
It's that quiet first, sir.
No. It appears that they were talking, while the mic was at least low. But they were very audible at the same time. So you wouldn't get much. I had planned to, of course, spruce it up, but I didn't get the time. So maybe open up your volume to optimum.
Let me see. Let me see if I can open up this volume here. But I can understand that right. So let me put on this volume here. Get them at the maximum. Wow.
Still. All right. I'll try during the course of the program to improve the volume quality so that it can be played universally. All right. The lines are open. Of course, we will take your calls.
The lines are open.
Yes, we take your calls. While Sandy, of course, is grappling with.
I ain't get audio.
All right. So the lines are open. We hear your comments. I'm sure that you heard it on the corridor transformation. We played it, of course, right through Saturday night, and of course, piece of it last night, but not to no large extent because we had other matters to treat with. I mean, Rowley and these fellas and Ainsworth, and they are simply blatant and unadulterated and unapologetic liars, and they need.
Let me see. I want to see if it's my audio, if it's that thing.
Yeah.
Where the hell?
Right. See, I hear something.
Nah, I understand what you're saying there. Go ahead, the lines are open. The lines are open.
And what had me angry this morning as well, is that.
Right, I think I get through there, Lennox. Let me see.
You got through? All right.
Oh, what is this? Nah, man. I ain't getting. All right, let me try. Nah, man.
Nothing.
All right. But the lines are open by the meanwhile. Because it wasn't playing, but the lines are open by the meanwhile.
All right. We'll get it spruced up. Before the end of the program because you may not have heard it. Very interesting. I'm sure your unique commentary will add a value to what transpired in terms of the immoral and unethical individuals that we have purporting to be ministers and of course paragon of virtue when in fact they are the scum of the earth. All of
morning,
them.
caller.
Good morning.
I wonder if Mr. Cruz, you're complaining about is an old video. In fact, was the video fall for truth? Didn't Jack Warner and Guy Griffith say that Kamala is a lesbian?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Well, I heard him, Andy, but the video might be truthful, but whether or not it was a question or more a question of people having been disappointed and therefore can say what they want, because the fact of the matter is that we have no evidence that the contents, what was said, offer is in fact so. But of course, the video, yes, they said that. But of course, in circumstances that are different from today, notice that. And if, of course, they are robbed the wrong way, they will continue with that kind of, let's say, a malicious old talk to gain some kind of political consideration or currency. But of course, when coming to Rowley, and that is part of the course. Good morning.
Good morning to Tobago. I want to say this to Small Pin and Stuart and Small Pin and Inspirit. Camilla doing what she's doing, what they're doing. They're doing nothing. They're pin too small so they cannot penetrate man, neither woman. That is why Trinidad and Tobago have to wash in blood, because that is what they're doing. Everybody knows what they're doing because they have all the Illuminati signs them up and down in this country, calling the devil over people. You understand? So they're not talking what they're doing, but they're talking what somebody else doing. They 6 or 1.5 dozen of the money, so let them shut them out. You understand? They're just creaky clean. And what she doing is worse than what they're doing, because this country was in blood because of them what they're doing. You understand? All of them. I don't know why Trinidad and then I don't know why they're running them out of this country, you know. The country running people out of the country, but let's get them in here, grooming them. For what reason, I don't know. You understand? I like the bloodshed in Trinidad, so I'll keep it. Have a nice morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much, Tobago. Next caller, morning. We're calling from what contribution on the going report this morning.
You should be angry. Good morning.
And morning, Mike, and all your listeners, Gael. What is more? That statement that was on a hot mic from the gutter where he came. I'm hoping that his former partners who will understand why they know and how they got rid of him. I know one of them from Diego Martin. As I say, I am from Diego Martin. So I have the file on his partner's file. So I ain't talking rubbish. The second thing I want to talk about, the PNM appears to be union masters. You see, they are sending the soldiers onto the port. Why are they doing that? We know they were on the soldier police bill act. Remember that? They didn't want it. There was an escalation and it continues to climb, like the homicide and serious crime. And they were hesitant in bringing out the soldiers. We're going to be about 650 this year. Now, why is that? Why all of a sudden you're going to put them on the port to deflect?
And on that radio station, which was...
Why are they deflecting? Why are they trying to blink at our eyes to look in one direction? Are they doing that to these guys their agenda to facilitate and help Mr. Big? You remember Mr. Big bringing his commodities unscrutinized? Remember that? They're deflecting to say the union and workers want to disrupt the operation. But that is not it. I believe, and my view is that so once you add them on the port, people could think the port is properly managed and they're checking all the containers. That is to make it easy for Mr. Big to continue his nefarious activities. I go and have a nice one.
Thank you very much. All right, let me just try this video so I will know if we are getting it here now. And so long as we getting it loud, I will just raise and see. But I'll just make sure I getting it clean.
Well, you go run girls now all in the back room. You can't use the PTSC buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all, including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom. You're gonna use the bathroom.
And Zami.
Hey, what?
Don't call my name.
What's wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool at the mic on.
This again, Andy, play it again. There's not much after that.
Well, you go run girls now for all in the back room. You can't use the PTSC buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all, including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom. You're gonna use the bathroom.
And Zami.
Hey, what?
Don't call my name.
What's wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool at the mic on.
You can play it from there again.
Play it from there again.
Yeah, there's
Go
not
ahead.
much after that.
Did you contact the boss?
Did you contact the boss? Again, I was so saying, did you contact the boss? So who's the boss? Well, let me.
Come.
Well, you go run girls now for all in the back room. You can't use the PTSC buses anymore though, but you go bring the girls for all, including camera.
You're gonna use the bathroom. You're gonna use the bathroom.
And Zami.
Hey, what?
Don't call my name.
What's wrong with you? Hey, boy, cool at the mic on. Did you contact the boss?
Did you contact the boss after the thing? He said, did you contact the boss?
Yeah.
So if we're in Parliament, who is the boss that need to be contacted, boy? Who really running the scenes behind the scenes? But anyhow, let me take this call. Quick morning caller.
For me, you know what? And I never call the past president and talk about something. All I do is you get no, all I ever is saying that if all I ever is saying that talk to Jack and Gary is them who expose camera.
All right, he sending voice notes again. He calling in now. Wow. Let me take a next call one time. Morning caller.
Morning, and for Grandy and Lennox.
What's the video?
First,
was the video coming across clear?
Yeah.
Lennox, you were saying it clear, right?
Yeah, very clear, very audible, yes.
All right, go ahead, caller.
I don't know, just to come and defend that future, so there's Parliament, these men doing that, the highest paid person in the country, the whole world watching. And Felicia he talking, stretching the thing that idiot himself, and so I believe we get set up for that. Good for him, we gotta go and get check the political leadership of the PNM. Well, that get tarnished now, because I feel about setting up clients thinker. He's in good beach around, and then after he play like he nothing. The recording device on. It was set him up good and properly. Kiki good. Be special over the world for the whole entire world to see. He kind of nasty told that we doing in the background. How about the other?
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. We continue those calls. Let's continue those calls.
Yes, indeed. Of course, the lines are open, and we will continue. I know that you are appalled, you are stunned, you are taken aback, but we told you so for the last 9 years that is the nature of it, but of these fellas. But of course, the Lord moves in mysterious ways, His wonders to perform, and who the gods wish to destroy, the first and them mad. And so, of course, yeah, they are so set in their ways that they believe that they could do anything. And of course, being reckless as they did, leaving the mic open, of course, speaking because they feel that they they could do
Hold
that.
1 minute.
But the population,
Go ahead, caller.
they have exposed themselves to.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good morning. Morning, caller.
Ann Brown.
Mr. Lennox, Mikey K.
Ann, you go send back your phone number for me now. Yeah.
Platform and the extension of our Gahel family and all on the live stream. My burning issue this morning is last week there was some unparliamentary behavior in Parliament. Disgusting, disturbing and shameful language. Where is the respect for Mrs. Kamla Prasad Dissessa? As a woman, I took offense to that kind of rhetoric. This morning, I'm calling on our women to call and condemn that type of behavior. It is not okay on any level. As a woman, we have come so long. We have worked so hard and come so far. Some of us have obtained our individual achievements. Some of us are doctors, lawyers, teachers, journalists, MPs, senators, judges, healthcare providers, just to name a few. And this have to stop. Moving forward, this election 2025, as the people, we have to ask ourselves 2 questions before going to the polls. If we want more of the same, or do we want a forward-thinking leader to restore democracy and good governance back to this country for all of us? All rightly-thinking people have to be praying and pray harder and cover ourselves daily. We not only want to live, but we want to live better. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller, where calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Very sober.
Morning.
Morning, Felix. Go ahead.
And first of all, I must thank all you had a nice barbecue. China and them say it tastes very good, and I hope we continue doing good work. Yeah, on the video, could you send it personally for me when you come up? I like to post it out on the outside world.
All right, there's a number showing here right now. So I'm going to send it for you there now.
All right.
Right, I send it there for you now. Because there's a personal number here.
And just to enforce or reinforce what the caller just said about the barbecue, I've gotten some, very numerous calls as to the satisfaction of the consumers, so those who made their contribution and buy 1, 2, 3, a dozen, etc. And they said, of course, it was a job well done, and they're looking forward to the next one. I suppose they were satisfied with the meat, they were satisfied with the veggie, they were satisfied with the other parts of the meal that made up, of course, the one with the meat. And I say kudos to ourselves, yes, but of course we always strive to do the best, because we always try to provide quality and for money. And in this case, of course, I'm glad that
The only thing we have to do is we have to make sure we have proper traveling containers. If it's the deliver, we have to put it in proper traveling, because there is talking. Although you saying yes, food tastes real good in truth, everybody that I delivered to tastes real good, but the only issue is we have to put the things in proper traveling containers, because it will get shake up. I mean, remember appearance. Some people like appearance now. We will have put in place proper traveling. So don't go traveling containers. We'll have to find ways where they will have to go for the thing, then we have to be transporting it. And then when they get some kind of shake up, kind of, you understand?
It look more like a. It looked more like a pilau as opposed to a dish that has different compartments. I agree with that, because I too had some experience there when, of course, I passed over some humps and so on, and then the package, because I think it's parcels of about 3 in those plastic bags, Otherwise, of course, they were tightly put together in terms of the bag. But of course, in moving around, the shaking up and the shifting around of the various components of that menu in the bowl itself certainly doesn't present, in all cases, of course,
on the
good
ground
appearance.
we will always be straightforward, right? Yes, it tastes good, yes, whatever, but I know ground reporters. And I know when they're satisfied with something, some go talk it, some may not. But in the whole analysis, our biggest problem there was the mixing up of those lunches.
Okay.
We have to, or it is better people pick it up. Or we have a van.
We have to find a different way to transport because what the experience has been is that people were glad that we can deliver. And I want to apologize, of course, to that lady in Barataria, where, of course, we inadvertently delivered a meat lunch, and she wanted veggie. But of course, when we discovered later down the road that we did in fact have the veggie, we promptly returned, and I'm sure that whatever disappointment she was exposing herself to and criticism of us, I think all of that dissipated when she eventually got what she paid for. So, but once again, my apology. I use this platform to apologize to you because it was simply inadvertent. We had it there, we knew it was there, but there was so much, and we had to check and have so many different deliveries. Barataria, Shoguanas, and the last one, and Mikey called me about 6 o'clock, and I told him not too long ago I delivered the last 6, which would have been Indigo Martin. And
some people
He said, wow.
Some people also queried about the late. Lunchtime is lunchtime.
That was universal.
2 o'clock.
Even when I went
to pick up.
Even when I went to pick up, people were quarreling the length of the delay and so on. So we were examining, we were doing some evaluation, we were doing clearly post-mortem will show that the team that is preparing must get up a little earlier, all 2 o'clock and so on in the morning, so as they prepared. Because I expected, I had another engagement with the court that I missed, frankly, on Friday, and that was because I had to wait inordinately. And I had to be a kind of mean too, because somebody was saying they have to go south. They have to go south, but I said no, I have a court matter and I would want to get mine now before you, since I came before you, so that, if I'm closer to town, so it would have been easier for me to say, yes, you going south, so go ahead, but I couldn't do it because I too was disappointed from the length of delay or wait that I had to, of necessity on the take. So that too is an area that needs to be addressed, yes.
Trinidad and Tobago, it was a very good effort. I wouldn't lie, the barbecue tastes excellent. We understand the little flaws. Just Lennox Smith, let me do this part now. This part is the pit bull.
No, I'm just saying well supported. That's what I'm saying.
I had to apologize to the people and let them know we will do better. There's my part. Don't get involved in my part. Right? Because you could have said that all along this morning, just but you ain't say where the hypocrites and them, well, not hypocrites, but where the people find should be improved, which we will improve. So Trinidad and Tobago, thanks so much for giving us that opportunity, giving us that strength, and ordering your barbecues. The next occasion, yes, it was a first-time trial. We understand our situation and where we went a little wrong and what needs to be pulled up on. All right. Yes, the little mix-up or the little thing there, because we don't know how to deal with that aspect now, right? I not transporting nothing. It will have to come to at various points, transported properly if you're going down that road. And the issue of time, that is the next thing. Yes, time. Remember, if one individual transporting to various places, it will pick up on time. So all of that will have to be dealt with before we organize and do the next one. When we do the next one, it will be totally better than this one that we did. But all in all, I'm satisfied, and that you all are satisfied that it tastes good. It doesn't mix up in the mouth anyhow. It tastes real good. For those of you who get your veggie, for those of you who get your chicken, for those of you who get even free meals, it tastes good. Right? So thanks so much Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. What's on your front burner this morning?
Yeah, and I want to thank the caller for reminding Andy to talk so elaborately about it. But go ahead, caller.
Yeah, before one of them go talking, the writing it up. So you had to let it hear, the writing it up on the thing, the floors, the writing it up. So,
Good morning. Welcome to the ground report. What you have on your mind, front burner wise?
Morning, front burner. Go ahead, caller. Next caller, morning.
Morning, Andy. Morning, education and good morning to you all. Now, this government taking this country because you know, on the other hand, the Minister of Education wants to get all the children going to school to test the eyes. That's what the Minister of Education had said. They want to test the children's eyes. And on the other we have to to put them on people from the house. Just going on, they're putting out people from Brindle and different places. This is what government is doing. They're getting finish one way, and on the other hand, they're taking we have to get rid of this government. And they're trying to bring down the ANC when they check the thing with hands saying no. If they're all together, they're trying, but I want to have a professional leader. Professional leader, 10 years ago. And it's coming over the next element of this country. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. And yes, next person. Yes, in the future we will put a mark on each box, so we will have to open a box to see if it's veggie or chicken. So all of that will be dealt with in the future. Let's take a next call. So the lines are open. What's on your front burner this morning? And again, thanks so much to each and every one of you for your support in our barbecue and our veggie queue. Thanks so much to each and every one of you. God bless you all for giving the ground report that support that we greatly needed. Oh boy. Time check. It's about 8 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock. It's about 8 minutes again before we hit the Gael. And I want to talk about barbecue when we hit the Gael earlier. Yes. Oh boy. So I'm going to give you all the numbers. The numbers are called 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call or send your WhatsApp voice notes at 366-3053, 366-3053. Morning caller, where are you calling from? And what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning.
Yes,
Yes. Central here. And I would like to tell you, I'm telling every region maximum of this dirty, nasty, disrespectful, no good. Don't see what it's dirty PNL, corrupted PNL. You could stand in the high place to Parliament. That's the kind of nasty that's been happening. And this is what it's first time. Somebody don't know. To me, there's one thing you should have but it's not any dirty nasty PNL. Yeah, that you have to be opposition and instead of thing out with someone then the document good. One day for politics, one day for peace. You understand what I'm saying? Thank God that you take away with the Michael John that you are step up. Because the reality and it's a 5 minutes opposition. Change the Golian. Open the ears and ears. Open eyes and see. This is what all you want for the country. Every leader that all you want to lead election well. And election to me. This is really important. It's political 5 minutes. You speak with director of Centennial. There's a make a chance with a young girl. I study. But you and general election in this country, boy. And he, and so you want to tell them, right, we're not picking up the top. And we make a get and we come and shut from the country. Let me make a get, and I know we want a general election. No, we can't take more of them. Definitely.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
Nice. Let me play a little voice note there now. Let me just run down some of them voice notes and them they quickly, not too long. So I seen all kind of 4 and 5 voice notes, so I'll just be picking one, eh? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Morning, Andy. Them frigging guys have to stay. They are nasty, even after them guys. So telling them, post it all over social media, all on YouTube, all the time. Continue posting it. They're nasty, ridiculous, stinking people. PNM is for stinkers people. Orlando here, they're nasty stinkers. Hey, morning. Could you ask that jackass from Border Spring if Rowley did not rape the woman when she was 16 years? Can you ask him what he take with short, young, small thing, how them in the red coat and what he do with them? Eh? Ask them that. Ask him what he take all these for pin, Michelle, whatever his name is, the man who was, what do you do with them on the couch? Or what they do here on the couch? Good morning, Aunt Brown. That is easy to say. We have a jackass up here. They call Donald Trump, who say the same thing, the nasty old, like the Rowley government. Same thing, Rowley, they all follow Donald Trump attitude. The man called woman disgrace, nasty.
Lennox, go ahead and talk there, my brother. Go ahead and talk.
All right, okay. Then, of course, we have some other matters that we that can be brought to your attention. Of course, Heinz let youth learn about the disaster readiness. Of course, as is expected, in recognition of disaster preparedness, well, as Minister of National Security, at least he has responsibility for that aspect of national security. Remember, the whole question of crime and criminality was pulled from under his feet, so to speak. And of course, when you talk about Minister of National Security, the first thing you think about, of course, is police and the army, etc. Well, of course, that was taken away from him, and he doesn't see it as a demotion. So he is now relegated, of course, to the fragments of the ministry, and of course, Dr. Rowley merely gave him a continued lease on life. He's a cabinet minister, but frankly, without a portfolio. In other words, he is what in Latin is called the sinecure, office with pay but no work, because one would have expected that national security would be part of any national security minister's portfolio. But when I say so, I mean the police. But in this case, of course, it was hiked from him and given to a fellow who seemed to be equally, if not less, aware as to what has to be done. But that is merely, of course, for chauvinism and for public relations, quality, but nothing else, because the murders continue, of course, as we have observed this morning. PM tours the Dragon
let me just say a pleasant good morning to Michael K. Mikey K. And it's exactly 1 minute past the hour of 8 o'clock.
Hey, good morning, good morning. Live and direct, loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Good morning to you, my brother. Good morning to you, my brother Andy Pitbull Williams. Good morning to you, Lennox Smith. Good morning to our technical director. And good morning to each and everyone that's locked on. Those on Guile TV, good morning, our CARICOM brothers and sisters. And of course, good morning to all the folks in North America, the UK, wherever you are. Sister Al Tobago, wherever you are, good morning indeed. Yes, gentlemen, it is Monday morning. First of all, let me, of course, thank you, gentlemen, first of all, for your assistance on Friday. As you know, it became hectic. I know Lennox Smith was in the in the middle of it when he came up and he met me. So he definitely knows exactly how that whole scene is. Not easy, a lot of work. So again, thank you, gentlemen. Those who would have gotten a little late, we do apologize for that. We did everything humanly possible, of course, and Lennox could vouch for that. But you know, these things happen.
Murphy's Law.
So where we at? Let me just say good morning to Baliram Megu and Esther Megu from Whiteland. Good morning, Baliram Megu and Esther Megu from Whiteland. There you go. I hope Baliram, you are feeling better. I hope you're coming along well, and you are definitely in our prayers. Thank you so much, good folks. Yes, gentlemen, where we at?
Well, we are at the point where we have this video going viral with, of course, the voices of the senior ministers in this administration, including, of course, Vice to a lesser degree, but nonetheless, Rowley voice was in it as well in terms of our parliamentary session, when, of course, there was just that period where the deputy speaker was giving way to the substantive speaker and is at George, and inside of there, of course, they used the opportunity to talk about, of course, zammying, and of course in the back of a bus, and maybe in the toilet, and of course Kamala Prasad Bisesa would be is expected, etc. I mean, it was totally very
unflattering, very unflattering. Andy, what's your take on that?
My take on that is that just foolishness. Let me continue the fight. Nothing is surprising that to me that comes out of their mouth, how they think, what they are doing. This is just one next incident, and let me organize and just keep focus on mainly the EBC and that $10 million. That the thing there where the people need to come out and say enough is enough. We want election and we want to vote the normal way. We don't want to vote in machine like Maduro and them day in Venezuela.
Andy, go to the head of the class. Go to the head of the class, my brother. That is what you call laser focus. Not all them bags dropping off the truck. You had to run and pick up every one of them. Forget that. You are so correct. Because these people would actually put these things out there to create a distraction and deflect from the issue. $10 million for the EBC. Listen, I will tell you my take on the whole thing. And I'll keep it as short as possible and you could connect the dots. But me personally, I believe that Dr. Rowley has some serious infighting, some serious issues going on inside of there right now. Yeah, they take pride and people always tell them, hey, let's keep all it. Yeah, but can't keep it in for long. Because it's starting to come out, it's starting to leak, and there's a foul stench emanating from this. You understand? What I saw there was basically a setting up of small pin. It's set up, they try to set up Young. Young is a threat, Young is the next man. Listen, what you saw there was the former chairman and the current chairman of the party. You know? So one of them had to try to trip up the other, and don't be surprised that the Hobbit's really and truly holding a grudge because the Hobbit thought he was going to continue being chairman when he got that call and said, don't go and put no papers in there for that. We done pick security and that is it. Young basically was set up. You come after the fact to say that the mic was on. They have gone in for Young and the kind of fighting that going on inside of there, my people. Dr. Rowley will have no choice whether he want to or not, whether that machine had to get extension code, whether they didn't learn how to use it yet, because that's what they're banking on, you know. That is what they're banking on. And if we don't stand up and say, hey, not on our watch, you are not going to deprive us of living better. You are not going to deprive us of good governance. You are not going to. Unless we don't stand up and say that. It will take a while. But I'm telling you, it is so fragmented. So fragmented. The former chairman and the current chairman. Who planning to who? Who planning on who? Who looking to move who? Who's threatened by who? Who want this one gone because they come through the rank too fast? Rowdy can't hold that together. He cannot even with Gorilla Glue. He can't hold that together. It's falling apart. It has failed. They're fighting each other. Look, they're going so far to set up so they could go and shoo and say, and die the man you want to put. Here what he's saying. The same man who was laughing at him is the same man who going behind the back to say, oh my God, and this is what the leader picked? This is what the PM want? Did you hear that foul mouth? I just had to laugh because I was so taken back as a husband, as a father, and some utter rubbish going around. Rowley can't hold it together, people. Where we at? Where we at? Lennox Smith.
Your mic, Lennox.
Lennox, your mic. And you will be singing every Friday. Your mic.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was doing something in studio. I'm a little more philosophical and spiritual about it. I am saying that who the gods wish to destroy, they first send them mad. I'm saying that the Lord moves in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform, and therefore their true colors are now manifesting itself. And what we at the Ground Report and elsewhere have been saying is now, of course, being very pellucid, very pregnant, and the population is now in mass becoming extremely, not just disillusioned, but certainly disappointed and are seeing a group of persons. Not only are they unraveling before our faces, but all of the nice suit and the nice talk and the shirt and tie and the expensive garments and so on, and the moral and ethical standard in public that they try to project, all of that has now collapsed. And so what you're seeing is the bare bone. And therefore, it is just a matter of time before they get the hell out of office, having regard to the fact that the population know now who they really are.
Oh, yes.
Themselves.
Oh, yes. You are so correct. They have to go. They can't hold it together. They have to go. Who we have there, Andy? I know we have voice notes. We have anybody calling in. Good morning again, people. And we are live on Guile TV. Those of you, of course, always wait for the GR Morning Prime. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Guile TV. Good morning to those in the region. Once again, this is the Ground Report.
Yeah, and I want to say morning, of course, to Fabian. Of course, I saw him there as well. A long time we have not seen physically, so we were able to see. And of course, he made certain suggestions that I will talk to you guys privately on, I think is a good idea, but I don't think we should share it yet because people may well say, go for it, fellas, but we have to look at money as well.
Oh, yes, indeed, we do.
Yes. So it's nice to see.
Who are there, Andy?
Open, the lines are open, the numbers to call. Again, let me say a pleasant good morning for those of you that lock on to us and Guile, the Caribbean. A pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. You have access to the whole full team this morning. Well, I'm Andy Williams. Top there, see Lennox Smith. And in the pink, you see yours truly, Michael Curdy, my TK. Okay? So Trinidad and Tobago, what's on your front burner? What's supposed to make news that not make, well, Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean. What's on your front burner? What's supposed to make news that not making news? Let us know where you're calling from. And what's your contribution this morning? Well, I know in Trinidad and Tobago, they said the murder toll reached about 5:16 or so, but go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from?
Hi, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay. Yes, Andy and guys. You know, PNM canceled the convention, I think was last week, which in my opinion, it was a big deal because these kind of things don't happen just so, and it's for a reason. Andy, when something trivial takes place in the UNC, it is on the CNC3 news, it is on the radio, it is on the TV, it is headline in the papers. Nobody is making a big thing about this thing with the PNM convention. You understand? You see what we are up against, the people in this country who want better governance and who are supporters of the UNC. You see what we are up against? Every little thing in the UNC, they take it and they make a big thing, a big bacchanal out of it. Now, all this bacchanal is taking place with this nasty mouth, disrespectful people in the PNM. You know, sometimes people say don't talk about it, but you have to talk about these things and let these people know that we know where they are coming from and we are not taking the disrespect. You understand? Because they cannot be as if they are so tired, as if they saw everything above board with them, and they always take opportunity to come to the look at UNC while they are the problem. Imagine it's Lee and look at it, look at them in the UNC. So you take note. Not one of them in PNM up and talk about the cancellation of the convention and why it's Lee Hunt had to come and say this is unconstitutional. It is not right. This can't be this. So that goes to show it is a big deal. But the media keep it down. Everybody keep it down. And I want the people to understand. We, the people who are supporting the UNC, I'm proud because I want a better country. We have to recognize what we are up against, because I don't think that people realize how people like this and UNC, how we have to be very, very strong and determined, because they will do any nasty thing. They will say any nasty thing non-stop to destroy the UNC. So people in the UNC and who want a better country, all you know what all you have to do. You understand? Last night I'm listening to the news and I'm hearing they kidnapped another central businessman and they asked for 3 million ransom. That is after killing one last week, and it's 5 men and police there went to this place. Now we are at such a point. We don't know who is police. We don't know who is thief. So this country is in a mess. And you know what was so upsetting to me? I think it was the Mayor Shagona. He came on the TV and he said, central businessmen are under siege and whatever it is. And the guys, look how long this lawlessness taking place in this country. And you want to tell me these businessmen, they have money, they're supposed to have education, they're supposed to power. Nobody not do anything about the evil in this country. Nobody not doing anything. If we're doing is talking. One woman get killed Friday. Another woman get killed Saturday. What is going on in this country? We have to recognize that we, the people, we have to be the police, we have to be the judiciary, we have to be the church, we have to be everything. We have to unite to fix this country, because the people who are supposed to do it, they are the ones who mashing it up. They are the nasty mouth ones. Imagine what they call in Parliament. Look how much problems in this country. And then, but as usual,
Young saying what he had to say, and the other one laughing. That is saying they're laughing at the people in this country every day. Eh? Listen to me. Listen. The people in this country, as I say, this country has to be fixed. And the long and short, the story is we the people who know better, who want to live better, and want a better life, we have to fix it. If we don't realize that by now, we wouldn't realize it again. Gentlemen, you all are doing a good job as usual. The barbecue was very delicious. Let us not focus on whatever little thing we have, but it was delicious and it was a great effort. And whenever you're having anything again, I will be there with the help of God to support it. Good day, fellas, and well, you have a wonderful day, and continue fighting for Trinidad and Tobago. Blessings.
Thanks so much. Oh boy. The lines are open. I'm gonna give you all the numbers again. For those of you to the outside again, we want to know what's going on in your country. Have you been, did you see the video? That really and truly is a nonsensical video when it comes to Trinidad and Tobago. It's just a show of the focus. What's going on your neck of the woods in Jamaica, Guyana? You can call in and let us know. 186, you just had to put 186 in front. But for those of you in Trinidad and Tobago, the numbers to call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120, or give us a WhatsApp call, or send a WhatsApp voice note at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open.
Okay, so I want to, of course, you have a caller? Go ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Diego Martin.
Go ahead, Diego Martin. And the scene about real murders in Diego Martin this weekend here, this week.
I am born in Villa.
Oh, in the Villa.
Yeah, and I'm no support of the PNM. I vote for UNC. I have voted for them for years. I have never voted for the PNM. But anyway, I want you to do me a favor, Andy. Could you send the video of what went on in Parliament? I have some friends in the US would like to get it. They want to do something viral with it. So please, could you send it for me?
All right.
My number.
You know what to do? Yeah. You send my WhatsApp now and just tell me Diego Martin, Diamondville. Send me there now and I'll just forward that video to you there now.
Yeah.
And somebody else asked me for it. I'll send it one time.
What we need to do, we need to put this viral. I have friends in the US. Because this is state program, and they just called me and they said, try and get onto them and send that video. They want to do something to send it viral also. They want to send it all over. Right? And they deal with media. So please, I'm going to send it to you now.
All right. Send it for me now. I'll send that video to you now. This is what we have to do. Help each other, man. Thanks so much, caller. Let's take a next call. Oh boy, morning caller, where you calling from? And what's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Hello. Wow. Hold on, Kingsley boy. I want the other. Boy. Kingsley, call back. Let me just hook this thing here. Just know we lost that thing there. I didn't get it. Go back onto the Bluetooth. Call back, Kingsley. Oh boy, let me take a next call here, man. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Morning ground report.
Good morning to you. And where you calling from?
Calling from St. James, sir.
St. James, go ahead, Mr. St. James. What's your contribution this morning?
Well, this is just reference to the P. Diddy cabinet that Mr. Rowley is running seem to have hit home. Because now they're grabbing at straws and making all kind of serious allegations about the goodly lady. So I was just wondering if this had fallen in the garden to the extent that it's true. Because it evoked such a vicious eruption from them, albeit they believed that they were being silent. They didn't realize that their microphones were on. It tells you that they went to bed with that in their mind, they didn't want us to know what was really taking place. So I wait and see what further takes place with regards to the PNM, but I understand that December is when the election is due, because they have cancelled the internal party elections and other internal stuff that they were supposed to have during this period here. and they have screen candidates for UNC seats, so it would appear that we're looking at December this year. I just figure it's December this year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Next caller. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Welcome to the ground report.
Andy for Grandy. And Grandy for Andy. And this is why people get up and start calling for foreign observers for the 2025 general election. Andy, Lennox, Mikey, and all the technical staff, and Gael, the channel, Focus platform, and all other media this program is transmitted. Share, everyone, share. Let's be generous. Mr. Andy Williams. Now, I just want to ask this question. This is my front burner, right? Now, Keith Rowley had a convention the other day, and he said that the convention talked about changing the constitution. Now, the five dissidents want to support good bills when that fella bring to the parliament. So I wonder if he's setting a good example of being a democratic and free person to have elections in times when it is due. But I just want to ask Ms. Eugene Williams, ma'am, how you feel today to know that from since Eric Williams' time to now, you have seen the way the PNM have governed this country and how it reached today under Keith Christopher Rowley, how he's treating with the supporters. And only take the general council and wink it and thief it out to put Rowley as the leader and the executive. And at least one good man stand up to question why it was postponed. So I want the old executive and the right thinking people in the PNM put all your house in order. But that will distract me from asking in there where the $3 billion the Auditor General asking it to fix, and the $700 million on the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, and to ask the National Security Minister, the last budget, the $7 billion, why all them boats still down? And no fire unit. Yeah? Fire brigade, water tenders, you bring a 7-mile hole layer. You're going to have low holes now. And then the Education Minister, you had a big budget. Where all that money gone, and the children still suffering. And Donna Cox, only food care they was talking, you're finding in your drawers. Where is the welfare delivery to the people? And Foster Cummins, the action on this program and all the other program, when the Chatham Youth Camp will finish, it is in Bush, or they're lying. It's in Bush, and they say that you finish a youth camp for the people. So people who are listening to this program, you see how we have to unite and follow the house of the rising sun and for a betterment of our own life, because that is the party had delivered for each and every one of us. All the play stupid with our life, Guyana will start to have a visa to go to it. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy. Next caller. Lines are open. Let me go take some voice notes in a little bit. Morning caller, where are you calling from? Welcome to the ground report. What's your contribution this morning?
Andy, good morning. This is Diego Martin.
Go ahead, Diego Martin.
Just looking at the video, let me say something, huh? Why you think our youth, what you think they're saying, that why they behaving the way they behaving? Because this is happening in the parliament. Then they're like, what you think much of people get, so who is it? You can imagine the disrespect Stuart Young will be disrespecting Kamala Prasad Defesa. That's crazy. Why you think them chopping up and all these things? When they're seeing all this disrespect from the higher heads come down, they don't care. They're so disrespectful. Telling a woman a lesbian and have a big man. But Stuart Young can't talk because Stuart Young was the dirty man. Because he always on a plane with Rowley. I don't know what she's trying to talk about or trying to make Kamala look like some kind of, you understand? A big man like you in a parliament, and that's what you're talking? A big thinking man like you? That's real failure, boy. That is craziness. and talking about his boss and calling the woman naming it and calling the woman lesbian. Come on, you see a lesbian? You see she's a lesbian? He needs to check his mother first before he talk about Tamara. I'll go on later.
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy, Kingsy, and everybody can call the WhatsApp, eh? It's back up.
Over.
Yeah, boy, wow.
People
Foul
are
mouth,
angry.
foul mouth.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Welcome to the Ground Report. What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Mr. Boy, I'm back in. I'm saying good morning to you again, Andy. Good morning to you again, Mackie K. And good morning to
Morning.
Smith.
Good morning.
And morning to on V Media TV and also on Upstage and other page who link up with this page every morning.
And Gael TV.
And Gael TV. Good morning to you all in the Caribbean there. Wow. I want to go back in Parliament again this morning here. And after listening to Parliament, I say, wow. I say, we have a fight. Because what I was telling earlier before our UNC internal election, that it's dangerous for these four to go down in the back and be by themselves. I observed when the leader was speaking, them four wasn't knocking the desk at all. They wasn't supporting nothing what the leader was saying. I also observed when the MPs on the opposition side, they wasn't supporting nothing what the MPs is saying. I couldn't believe that the member for Tabakit will stand up and call the member for Princess Town a bully. Call a bully, and it seems that it will continue for the next few months into the general election, because it seems that it's not going to happen now. So all who was preparing for that, the election is not going to happen now. So it seems that Dr. Rowley said in Parliament last Friday, when and then I tell the leader of the UNC, stop it. The government is looking to bring about 5 bill before next year. 5 bill. So by the December we reach 5. So the Dr. Rowley is not going to call election now. He's going back up for re-election. I know PNM will have an internal election very soon, in the next few months to come. And I know that nobody is going to oppose him. I see Hunt talking, but nobody is going to oppose Dr. Rowley. All of them is going to put a tail between the leg. The only side they're going to oppose Dr. Rowley is if he lost the election. Once he in power, no MP, no councillor, no alderman, nobody who in the space, in the cabinet, nobody who's ministers and MPs and who's councillor alderman is going to say Rowley and to go because they are eating our food and they're in the government. So it's hard in the PNM side, in the internal election, to move PNM. So I don't talk about nothing else. Me see no powerful person who is lifting up their hand to say to remove Dr. Rowley. So he will be the next opposition leader, as I got to say, but he will be next political leader of the PNM and vying for the prime ministership in the next few months to come. So we see that the UNC today have 16 seats and the PNM have 25 seats in Parliament. I asked myself how the UNC could win. When Russian Barry say, I'm supporting you, Rowley. When Dinesh for the member for she gonna say, I'm supporting you, Rowley. I want to say UNC because that on myself. I want to tell the supporters and them who cussing Anissa and tell them, or you cause that on the UNC, and that will make me win election. Because I will say it again. People is not going to vote on Dr. Rowley, give us 4% for 9 years. They're going to vote on who they like. And who they like. They're going to vote yes. They're not going to vote on policy. It's so sad to say it, and it hurt the heart to say it. They're not going to vote on policies and for a better life. They're not going to vote. We are ignorant to the facts in this country. We are ignorant to the facts. So when I hear the opposition leader on the platform talking about election call the morning the UNC go win, that's a theory. That's just political talk on a political platform. That is the UNC cannot. Let me say it here. The UNC need the east-west corridor to win the election. Behind the tiny bit cannot bring the UNC home. They need the east-west corridor to win. We saw it in 1985. In 1983. We saw it in 2010. They need the east-west corridor. Remember, PNM lost Lokota Taparo. They lost Arima in 2010. They lost Tenapuna. They lost the whole of the east-west corridor. That's how the UNC end up getting into power. So we need the east-west corridor. How are we going to win? We were talking about one door Parliament, one door African dominant region. That's dead. That corridor, that's dead. The camera said that we have a black caucus in the UNC. Up to now, we're still looking for the black caucus in the UNC. We're still asking if the UNC party is a Canefield party still. Kamala says she removed the party from a Canefield party to the black caucus. Where's the black caucus? Yeah? Where's the black people? So, as I close, again, we are seeing that the UNC, today, I don't care what I say, there's a thing to the UNC how we in Parliament. They have 16 members. The PNM have 25 members. And Russian Party and the team, they have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. UNC have everything to lose. UNC have everything to lose. How you could tell me that the Shah Amin made that kind of mistake? Can the work our children are to be careful about the people partnership? The UNC government go in Parliament and make it from them out. Anything else there, they'll be on you. So again, if everybody they don't want to call in and be a talker and don't want to advise the party, as a supporter of the party, as a member of the party, as a financer of the party, I can support that. I'm not a fanatic. I am not a UNC until I dead. I'm UNC, I'm proud. But I'm not a UNC until I'm dead. If I see my leader in the next few months doing wrong, and I believe will cause me and next 5 years in opposition, I'm going to tell she's wrong. I'm going to tell she's wrong. Because this is our bread and butter. I want to say it again. If I see my leader making statement could damage the next election for me and my children and this future country, I'm going to tell Kamala Prasad, the Honorable, that Miss Lady, you are saying things, you are appointing people what the public within agree. I thank you very much, gentlemen, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, oh boy. So Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open.
Open. Yeah.
Yes, numbers to call. 1868. For those of you out there, 1-868-225-6644. So that number 225-6644 or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. A pleasant good morning to you, caller. Where you're calling from, and welcome to the Ground Report. Go ahead,
good morning, Andy, Lennox and Mikey.
Morning.
Good morning to you, the defender.
Go ahead. I want to carry back to something you said a couple of weeks ago. When you said people gotta stop saying Rowley must go and they say PNM must go. Remember that saying?
PNM must go.
We have been saying it, yeah, quite a while right here. The Ground Report has been saying that.
Right. I want to bring something to your attention this morning. When I realized Rowley singing a song in the Parliament.
What?
It will be time. He's singing a swan song. Like he gave any hints like he gave up.
This is it.
I wanna get in your mind a little bit, Mike, this morning. Let's ask you a question, right? If Rowley remove himself before the next general election, right? And appoint somebody else who looking strongly to the next structure. You know how many next argument in the country? Why Kamala don't go? Follow Rowley. And you know that can cause people to go right back to the PNM. So we have to really be careful of what we say, not to go and keep reminding people of the last 9 years. Because these voters in Trinidad, they were not politically mature enough to realize. Rowley realized he's the most hated prime minister in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. And in some people, I say, if he move, everything go back to normal. So we need to keep reminding people of this 9 years of torture under the PNM and wondering if we want to put a man in Parliament who's speaking so. So imagine he's speaking so in Parliament, our nation's highest court. Imagine how he's speaking behind people in closed doors about the country. Because I realized only one man jump up and talk was Robert Lee Hunt, who's speaking about the cancellation of the PNM internal elections. Nobody else ain't saying a word. But we know there's bacchanal going on in the PNM. A lot of bacchanal going on in the PNM right now, but they keep it quiet. Because nobody in allowing Stuart to come and lead them. And the Prime Minister is pushing Stuart as the successor. So people, if they take one of their thoughts, if Rowley move and vote back in PNM, all they will see what Bali growing up. Stuart is an elitist, you know. But I know the bacchanal going on in the PNM party because it might leave on him mic for Stuart to say that. That was not a mistake. So they don't take all of their thoughts if Rowley moving. Alright, I want to know that Mikey said it before. It's not the Rowley that go for the PNM to go. Jolly morning and then Lennox and Mikey.
Thank you so much, Defender. Thank you so much. Yeah, new wine. What was that? Old bottle.
All bacchanal in the PNM.
Of course, you can't hold it together if you ain't doing the right thing. If you just pull up a man overnight and put him there, why? Because perhaps he and his family were serving your interests. Perhaps they have a financial background that they can move money, which of course may be your money. The rest of the people in the inner circle can't bring that to the table. I want somebody that when I accumulate all this wealth, I need to have it hidden.
Or perhaps,
Or
perhaps he don't trust the rest of them, not even him, but and he trusts Stuart Young based on Stuart go up. He be the next leader of the PNM.
It has nothing to trust, Andy. Nothing based on trust. No, Dr. Rowley. No. I'm making it. No. Listen. He is not concerned about those things. He came in for a purpose. He accomplished that. And we ain't talking about coming in here with anti-crime plans and plans for the economy and a vision for the future. No, we're talking about a benefit along with friends, family, and finances. That's what we're talking about. There's no issue of trust there. It's who can serve. If you can serve my special interest, you are in my inner circle. That has nothing to do with trust. Wealth is accumulated. Wealth has to be hidden. Wealth has to be placed in certain places, put in different names. I need somebody to guide me, somebody perhaps that came from a family with the knowledge of banking. And we ain't talking about low ranking, we talking about high ranking official in the banking industry. Can you do it? Can your people do it? If I move 20 million US from here, can you? Yes. Then you are my blue-eyed boy. I am Batman, you are my Robin. That's it. Or as we were told, Sir Garfield Sobers, that's the man. That's what we were told. And that's all it's all about. Once you can serve his interests, has nothing to do with trust or integrity or morality. It has absolutely nothing to do with that.
So
can you serve my interest? That's right.
Can you make I make a jail?
That's right.
All right.
Do it the right way. Can you cover my tracks? Can you make sure that there's no paper trail? Because I want it in this name and that name, and I want this person, but I must be able to have access to it. And I will keep your secrets because I'm trusting you with my business. That's what it's all about.
All right, so hold the Prime Minister's seat. You go hold the leadership seat of the PNM, so long as you can handle my stories to me.
Of course. You are my right-hand man. You know where the political bones are buried. You know. The rest of them in the circle ain't too bright. This guy is obnoxious.
Lennox, short and sweet. Your thoughts on what Mikey is saying there.
Well, I agree with the spirit of reciprocity as far as I do you a favor, and of course you do mine in return. In that way, of course, we exist for our mutual benefit. So from that, I hear that, and I agree with it. But of course, is Kingsley's position though? I thought that was a bit tough. In fact, I think it was more déjà vu than anything else. While, of course, I hear of the new nuances, the new variables that we must consider, the dissident file, etc. When one looks at the history, the recent history of the acceleration of the UNC and its electability, or put another way, the deterioration of the PNM under Rowley and of course its policies and programs, is a bitter pill to swallow. I am not convinced that he has a solid argument that the UNC somehow will lose the next election. I totally disagree with that, in spite of all of the players and all of the recent shenanigans and juxtaposing that is taking place. That is where I would want to go. But certainly, Mike is correct in terms of his analysis, in terms of the reciprocity. I keep your secret, you keep mine. All of us are for the better of it. But of course, when the day come and they are out of office, and then the exposure comes by way of whether criminal or civil investigation, certainly is going to put a different color to the level of loyalty as far as that reciprocity in government is concerned. Yes, everything nice.
Just serve my interest.
Yes,
serve my interest. That's all. That's all.
And the people Kingsley he has found, the UNC not on the law, is it fear, is the people friend that they don't do. It's they the one who suffer, not the party. Remember they're going to win, they will win. So if people stupid and want to suffer, they don't vote the PNM. They don't need grass and do, they don't vote the PNM. It's not the party, the people, the mentality of people like the Kingsley, the dummy idiot who knows anything. Only talk us that proper eat a food. Talk to you later.
Yeah, well, let's refrain from getting personal and making those kind of personal comments there. I mean, we could agree to disagree, but calling the name, we're trying to stay away from, and that too is something that is a distraction. I don't get it. Why we know the political target, we know the objective, we know the mission. We've been planning it for almost last 10 years. We know what has to be done. We want to live better. But yet still, we still on personalities.
Exactly.
If Kingsley makes a contribution, he's welcome to do so. You don't like it? Look at what he's saying, and perhaps you can punch holes in the content of it.
Because I agree with him.
But the fact of the matter is, look at the content, look at the contribution, and that's it. Anything else as far as what he is this or this person or she's like that, that is off limits. Stick to their contribution. You're looking to debate this. It's a talk show. It's not a talk shop. You want to debate it? Look at the content. That's all. That's all. No name calling as you know, we can't handle that. Who's on the outside?
Good morning, Andy for Grandly, Mighty K, Lennox, and the listening crew. Umuteya. You know, we hearing about so much crime with abuse of women, get chopped, killed, all kind of thing. And here we hearing a steep with Stuart Young in boot kicking off on a woman, right? A senior citizen woman. She's over 60, which is Miss Kamala Prasad Bisisa. Kamala Prasad Bisasa. And talking about what Zami and whatnot. How this song then, and what the PNM League, the Women League, have to say about this. There's a disrespect to women, men in Parliament saying thing about Zami in the washroom and they're laughing and is this something for school children to hear? Eh? What does the PNM Women League have to say about this? There's a real disrespect to ladies, women, you know, young girls in this country. I'm waiting to hear, Andy, what the PNM Women League have to say, right, about this statement that they make in Parliament. Let's go on international, you know, because when I get it, I share it to my family away and whatnot and all too, you know, right? So let us hear what they have to say about it. And I want to hear what Kamala herself have to say. What is her statement about this? What is about she and Zami and whatnot? It's not sounding nice in the public and for the young school girls, boys and girls. It's not sounding nice. Take care, come out.
Good morning to all. My contribution this morning is this. I would like to acknowledge the hard work that these three gentlemen put in to give us this great show every day, Monday to Friday. I would like to honor them this morning, and I call them by name. Michael Kerr, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. To you, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. We, your UNC audience, we love you and we appreciate you. Keep up the good work, guys, and may God continue to bless you all. Have a great day, everyone.
The ground report, short and sweet. Born anyhow, say. I thought we have all these LGBTQ rights. Now, I'm not saying Auntie Arms is what Small Pen says she is. But even so, she was. Why? That is all in part of bullying. You're not supposed to be speaking about it like, you know, she's so scandalous and all these things. And this is, they want to talk about bullying. Look where the bullying happening. That is bullying. Come like in a classroom. And a child, she by herself, she don't get along with the rest of them because she find they out of timing. And you sit down in the class and you shush around with your friends and calling the woman gay and lesbian and all kind of thing. And then you want to know why these things going on in schools? Watch where it's coming from, the highest officers. Stuart Small Pen can even come down the stairs young without falling on the ass, sitting down and bullying. They're bullying in the parliament. So the fish is rotten from the head, you know, not from the tail. So the leadership rotten, the country rotten. And that's why the country just like this. And that's why when the Prime Minister say somebody calling for him to step down because the young man killed his wife and his child, yes, because it starts from you. And as you said, the buck stops with you. Use the boss, is King Honcho, King Kunumunu, right? King Kunumunu have the country in shambles. And watch at your membership. Bullying. Look to listening.
Andy, good morning again to you and to everybody. You see how people, words and actions have consequences, right? I mean, it's a known fact that Mia Mottley is a lesbian. She's the Prime Minister of Barbados. right? I want her to hear that video because you know Rowley's her good friend, right? Rowley's her good friend. They come here to campaign for him last year. She has a good relationship with the government of Trinidad and Tobago. She sent us vaccines. I wanted to hear that video. Let her hear how certain people in the government, you would swear they didn't have none in their government, eh? Certain people in the government think about Mrs. Prasad Bisessa because she and Kamala are also very good friends. Right? So you see how this have repercussions? People might say, oh, let me move past that. No, and as your last caller rightly said, it's about the disrespect of women, and we are seeing what the tragedy, the disrespect ended up in recent time. You hear? So it's not just about we hear something and they pass. No, it's not about that. It's more than that now. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Hello, wrong report. I just looking at this observation, which I've always said all the time. Most of the men, if not all, who joined with Kamala in the partnership government were high leaders in their sphere of activity or on the job. Most of them, if not all. And like they tell us, woman, man, we go in, and when we get in, because remember, she had formed her party. And when a particular party was disintegrated, they decided to go and join with her. So most of the men thought, hey, woman, she a Sophie. But when they got in, they realized, no. Whom God bless, no man could curse.
Morning, I'm report caller from Library and a supporter of the UNC. Here is, and a supporter of your program. Look at that, kidnapping start, right? How much people going to take anymore in this country? Look at what's going on in this country. The government has spending billions. PNM had this PNM government, Keith Rowley had one chance. Mr. Keith Rowley, you had the opportunity to make this country better, and you show people that you are the worst government ever. Your finance minister already laughing at citizens and taking people's lives to make joke of it. Already had the opportunity to make things better. Instead of that, already deprive citizens of better health care, the worst road, high taxes. This is what you all came into power to take us to the IMF. That is your whole ulterior motive, to take us to the IMF, to leave us poor while you all are thieving, are taking all the money and pulling in your friends, family, and pocket money. So the poor man can't have a house, but one Alexander Billing could owe so much money in commercial tax. So guys, we need a better government, and Kamala is more passionate than that bully for Prime Minister.
Then watching on TV, but we are 22 Tuesdays in the Parliament. Well, then 22 Tuesdays have to go call the election now. And because we are silent, a relief of silence in this country. The whole government have passed in this country. Well, then 22 thieves have to come in this country. This country has two prime ministers, you know. Church and Rowley, the two prime ministers have, you know. One they take holidays and one don't take holidays. That the one who to take the holidays, that the real prime minister. The big thief. Yani family, Church Young. You understand? Them is the one who thief in the country and had the country on that stage. You understand? Them is the bandits in the country. Right? We gotta get rid of them and we should be in that thing, guys. When all they go by the EBC, let people know when they go by EBC, because be by the told You've been going with all you. Have a blessed and pleasant day. This is Majas here.
Good morning, guys. Andy, just imagine Parliament rules. A contractor from Paliseco coming to do a road in Monrene in Parliament. So you see where the money is spreading from Paliseco. You mean to tell me that nobody around can do that road? But he coming from Paliseco. If we don't stand up, they will do what they want with us. And as for Siotiong, he have nothing in him. Imbert, they have nothing. And all of them who laugh in that parliament, when Siotiong talk about Zambian, they have nothing in them. And the women need to stand up. And if the woman is stand up, they have nothing in them either.
Andy, tell our refugee who keeps calling to attack me. Let him know I don't like money. My name is not Saddam, nor Bang.
You have any more there, Andy?
Yeah, morning again, Mikey, Lennox, Andy, and all the listeners. Listener, that clip not surprising to me, because I know what these fellas give. They don't care about anybody. They don't care about themselves. All they care about is the billions that they have on the offshore banks, and they're going to rape this treasury dry. Rowley ain't going nowhere. Chotong ain't going nowhere. All midget inward. Well, he's the ringleader as far as I'm concerned. Right? This man and them, I put together, watch they with Faris and Rohan and a few included, they could buy Trinidad and Tobago, right? The kind of money them fellas have stuck away offshore bank, So that them kind of remarks they make in Parliament, that's not surprising to me. And before I go, just one last thing. I don't know, Anil Roberts, I talking after Anil Roberts. Anil Roberts said that same small pin fella, the young fella now, the young fella in politics there, with the nasty mouth, worse than Rowley. Anil Roberts said that he mother is a East Indian, from Debe, right? And the father is the Chinese fella with the big bank where getting all the government dollars contract, right? And loans and so on. Them thing there. So, Stuart Young feel that he in the hierarchy, but I don't know, boy. This man really mess up. I feel he does wear pampers and tutu in his own pampers. Okay, thanks.
Oh boy, one more voice note there. One more.
Go ahead.
Oh boy.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mikey. Did you read it? Mikey, Lennox, did you read in the newspaper over the weekend where Rowley said, I think it's either Friday or Saturday newspaper, where Rowley said he's not going to call any internal elections. Look how quietly the PNM member of parliaments and members are taking it. They're not saying anything. But it was UNC, and they wanted to mash up everything. I wonder what Parry and all these guys have to say. They were calling for internal election. They got it, they lost. And what they're saying now, I already say he's not calling no internal election in November month, but the PNM. You see these guys like Parry and Rai Ragby and all these guys, yes, they're hypocrites. Anita Haynes, she surprised people the most. Call the Pararat a bully. I think she's more a bully. And this I would have to say this morning. Take care, bye.
I'm going to go report team, go report family. I want to see if, as the guy say, the Women's League would open their mouth, one is a woman.
A couple year ago, I can't remember what year, when he said he was leaving and saying, the point is this, we want Rowley to go, but the news he bring about he going wasn't good enough. We want him to say we are going all of them in the PNM. You feel if Rowley go, it will make PNM a good party, it will make PNM a party for the people, it will make a party a respect, a vision, or anything that is good. All of them in there is the same thing. All. All you hear the nastiness with Stuart Young, and all you hear Imbert laughing. We want all of them to go, all. You understand? And then Trinidad will be able to exhale. And Kingsley, stop always criticizing the UNC. I am a supporter of the UNC, and when something is wrong, I know earlier you have to say something is wrong. But oh my God, we should be taking our energy to focus on getting rid of the PNM. Yeah, getting rid of the PNM. You understand? Don't get on as if UNC has so much problem, UNC have so much negativity. Look at what's going on in the PNM. They have the internal election was supposed to come up, the convention was supposed to come up. You hear anybody in the UNC say anything? Let me move on, let me be strong, allow all of it, eat we spinach like Popeye and be strong. Get rid of who we have to get rid of, and keep the people there who you could trust in there and move on. And if the people in this country, if they're so stupid and they feel they're strong enough and they're dotish enough to take on another 5 years like the 9 that passed with the PNM, let them go and vote PNM. Let them go and vote PNM, because at the end of the day, they will be self-destructing. It will be like they're committing suicide. Let them go be such haters. And when they figure they hate Pamela and they hate UNC, they recognize that they hate themselves and their family and their country. All you go on with all your hate and see what all you will get from it. Suffering and more suffering. Murders and more murders. Nothing good. You hear? People in this country like all of them brain damage. Anyway, the ones who thinking better, well, they continue thinking better, continue fighting. The ones who want to be slaves and sufferers for the rest of their life, leave them there. Leave them there. You hear? We have to fight for our country. You understand? And we ain't taking time to talk about what UNC should do this and UNC should. Everybody should know what they're supposed to do. You understand? To get rid of this PNM. But no, I don't know. People in this country brain damage. At least the sensible ones know it what they said. But the rest of them, heaven help all you. Heaven help all you.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Gentlemen, good morning. And good morning to the Ground Report family. With only 3 months again to go before the rainy season comes to an end, and WASA is crying out that the reservoir is at a very low level. What is going to happen with the next 3 months from the next 6 months rather from January month? We are going to end up in a serious problem. There was a big cry with the desalination plant that was built or constructed under the Pandey administration from the PNM ministers that is costing too much, and friends and family are making money out of that institution. But the strange thing about it is that that may just be our savior, who may save the lives of half of the country when the time comes next year if we don't get that anticipated rain. I am seeing there is so much of complaints, there's so much of problems really that we have to deal with, but the government is not seeing or putting the priorities where it's supposed to be, putting their priorities where it is supposed to be. We are in a serious situation, and they should be looking at this issue very, very, very much. I think they should be given priority right now. Don't wait when the horse bolts the stable to start closing the bando. It is now to do something. And I wish to hear the comments of other people or persons. As time progresses, water is essential, water is life. And it is a very difficult situation we are approaching. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good day. God bless.
Hey, Andy, What happened is when we talk about Zambians, with Kenya, I think small things set up, one of them young set up, short man set up young, somebody set it up, but I think young Zambians, the minister.
Your audio is so good, but let me engage Lennox Smith because I know like he needs to be engaged. Just based on that last comment there, my brother. Let's shake a little bit on the issue of 3 months again to go in Trinidad and Tobago. So for those of you that look on Gael, those of you that look on within the Caribbean, yeah, Trinidad and Tobago always having pressure for water. It's having pressure from since independence to now, and it never been solved. The only time we get a nice flow of water, and about 75% of the country was getting 24-hour water was under the UNC government, back then the People Partnership. But Lennox Smith, that is circling now, we're 3 months away from the rainy season to end, right? And at this point in time, WASA is stating clearly that the reservoirs is at an all-time low. So what do you think will be the situation within from January coming, when the dry season coming? And then when the rainy season come back, all of a sudden rain just don't fall on the reservoirs of Trinidad and Tobago. Engage us.
But you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand what the consequence will be. Of course, drought in the rainy season, greater drought in the dry season. That will be the consequence. But certainly we have a government that has told us that it will improve, of course, our water supply. But instead, what they are saying is that the rain, unfortunately for them, don't fall where it is required near the reservoirs, so that the reservoir can, of course, accumulate the water so that it can be distributed as we would like. But we have also we've been told that, of course, coming from Canada, several mobile or automated wells will be drilled all over the country, and that will, of course, generate what I consider to be community or domestic supply, and so that problem will be solved. But we also were told that 2 salination plants, one in Moruga and the other one in Tobago, will also be constructed, even though, of course, this government was very averse to that kind of a facility. So, in general, we are not, you cannot be optimistic, and the dichotomy between talk by this government and that of delivery clearly continues, of course, to prevail large. But I also want to say at this time, of course, to thank the people, those contributors from Florida, or the contributor from Florida, sorry, who, of course, supported our effort, our first patriotic lunch effort, that barbecue. I want to say thank you very much, and of course I want to also extend our deepest sympathy, if it is required at all, having regard to the survivors of that hurricane that, of course, just passed and in some parts
Florida.
Stated Florida, yes. So I want to, of course, convey that, of course, Mr. Doon, and of course Gubon and Mrs. Pinky and family. We all, of course, will pray for you, continue to pray for you, and we trust that, of course, you come through this trauma or this ordeal in one piece. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's a rebuild. Not easy. Yeah.
Because you did mention there, if it's low in rainy season, it will be low in dry season. It is what it is. But Mikey, on the whole, that the government is telling the people of Trinidad and Tobago about the rain not falling by the reservoirs. How do you watch that talk? The rain not falling by the reservoirs to fill our reservoirs. I really can't understand that.
We go back to my colleague made the statement, and others as well. I mean, under the partnership, and you said it, as far as what the percentage was when it come to pipe-borne water, basically the whole thing was water for all. Now we're back to water bubble, where people are paying for water by the truckload, by all of these things. Nobody's keeping account of how many trips are being made. And again, you know, right away, it's all about themselves, their friends, their family, finances that are benefiting from all of this, participating in this madness. I had an opportunity to speak to one of them over the weekend, and he was telling me, boy, Mike, he said, boy, I hope the PNM come back. I say, all right. And his logic for that is Kamala and them does only work with a few contractors. But with Rowley, they go get work and what. I say, so what about the murders? What about the dead babies? What about the issue of crime, home invasion, high food prices? I mean, so it's really and truly about yourself then. So you that's your thing. Your thing is, you want to keep getting work. But what about work for everybody? Before coming into office, the People's Partnership, before coming into office, Pure only had about 14 contractors. It was the Kamala Prasad led administration that basically fixed that, where other people could come and tender for projects with Pure. It was just a selected group, a handful of people. So it goes to show again that these gentlemen, men and women, don't care about living in a fool's paradise. They don't care. They believe that they're insulated, they're in their gated community, they're getting their money, everything is fine with them, and the rest of us, we are just left here, of course, to suffer at the hands of this administration. To the point where a statement yesterday by the president of the Chaguanas Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Baldad Maharaj, described the recent spate of kidnappings in central Trinidad, including the abduction of businessman Suvish Ramnarayan, as deeply concerning. He said, while it has not yet been determined whether businessmen in central Trinidad are being specifically targeted, the recent incidents have created a heightened sense of vulnerability among our local business community. Many of our members are now fearful and prefer to maintain a lower profile. A lower profile.
Gentlemen, I have to make a sudden departure. I have an emergency here that I need to attend to.
All
So,
right.
Yeah.
No problem. Just don't take off your thing. Anyhow,
Yeah.
let's take this call, but Mikey, that is a very, 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 very serious
Yes, Andy, kidnappings are back. Kidnappings are. What do you expect?
But how could they keep a low profile? It sounds like living in Trinidad. There's no way you can keep a low profile unless it is you leave to go away.
You have employees. The employees know who are the owners. People on the street know who the owners are. I mean, are they being targeted? I mean, here it is. I mean, the rest of us, we living in fear as it is already. Anybody could kick down your door, jump through your window, come in there and sexually assault your family. And if that is not good enough for them, they take.
On the corridor, we will have to have a break at this point in time because we have an emergency that we have to attend to. So if we get the time, then of course we will resume transmission from the ground report. So see you possibly. If not, of course, then we would have come to the end, and of course tomorrow morning we will resume. Have a wonderful rest of the day. God.